Strategy 42, your why, or what are you here for? Such fabulous but also incredibly awful questions. Why are you on a pilgrimage? When I just started walking the Via Francigena especially, so many people asked me that question, and the answer is actually I didn't really know why. The reason I started, because I was bored shitless. I longed for adventure, I wanted to feel alive. My true motivation was to get away from my computer and get out there on the path to Rome. But was that truly the why? When thinking of the Golden Circle by Sinek from the book Start with Why, he introduces the concept of the three circles. Why in the middle, surrounded by the how, and the last widest circle is the what. I think it is a fabulous concept, and I feel it when helps organization, it should define their purpose. When I apply it to my pilgrimage, I think it would be something like the why, I wanted adventure, lose my boredom and feel alive. The how, walk the Via Francigena from the Swiss border to Rome for 1,000 kilometers. And the what, walk 45 days, about 23 kilometers a day, to do it in 6 parts, finish in Rome on the 17th of May on my 50th birthday. When you are a leader, the Golden Circle is a great tool to write down in words the why, how and what of your role within an organization. The how and the what may become intertwined. When you think about that, I think the question, what is your assignment, is more relevant, adding the second question, when are you a success? I loved chewing on that question when I was walking on all these different terrains, paths of pebbles, gravel, dirt, concrete, and many stones. The thought on my mind was, when was I a success as a pilgrim? Was it when I walked into St. Peter's Square, when I finished this project, when I had walked 1,000 kilometers? Of course, KPIs matter, and as a leader, you want to measure your success, quantify it. But on the soft side, there are so many other factors. And I remember a session with business partner Roy Klaassen from Kirkman Company when he asked the question, what are you here for? It is a slightly different to the why question, but it gave me that aha moment and a different perspective. What I found while walking is that the true success of my pilgrimage was in being able to see and value the small things in the wider perspective. To experience joy in those little revelations in nature. The hope to see a robin, which reminded me of my dad, and then being surprised by nature by having the robin accompany me for 10 minutes during my walk. To take the time to cherish little gifts of a passerby, to make contact with the waiter in a restaurant, to see art in the streets. Especially when the war in Ukraine broke out at the end of February 2022, I was taken aback. I was on the Via Francigena and couldn't find joy in the path in my walking. I was in Italy, while people were being killed less than 2,500 kilometers away. The TV was on in every cafe, showing the most horrible scenes of fights, tanks and death. The unfairness, the horror, it nauseated and paralyzed me. But the wonder is that the path saved me. I just kept walking. I was seeing nature, meeting the hospitable Italian people and connecting daily with what am I here for? What is your assignment? When are you a success? Or, as I can use the words of Roy Klaassen, what are you here for?